When people ask me about the secret to looking younger, their minds often go straight to the bathroom cabinet. Serums, lotions, expensive creams. But if we're being truly honest about what keeps you vibrant, radiant, and youthful, it begins not on the surface, but deep inside your cells. The truth is that every bite of food you take is either speeding up the clock on your body or slowing it down. And that's not an exaggeration. It's biology. You see, the aging process is not just about wrinkles or gray hair. It's about what happens on the cellular level. Our cells are constantly under attack from oxidative stress and chronic inflammation, two invisible forces that silently chip away at the body's ability to repair and rejuvenate. Imagine your body as a house. Oxidative stress is like rust eating away at the beams, and inflammation is like a smoldering fire in the basement. You can repaint the walls all you want, but unless you address the rust and put out the fire, the structure won't hold up. That's why nutrition is so powerful. It's the most direct way to either feed the fire of aging or fuel the healing process of youth. Think about the foods that dominate the modern diet. Processed sugars, refined grains, fried foods, and artificial additives. These are like pouring gasoline on the flames of inflammation. Over time, this creates the perfect environment for accelerated aging, brittle arteries, stiff joints, sagging skin, low energy, and a weakened mind. On the other hand, when you shift your focus to anti-inflammatory, nutrient-dense foods, you change the chemistry of your body in ways that are both visible and invisible. Let me give you a simple example. Take the humble blueberry. It's not just a fruit, it's a pharmacy in a bite. Packed with antioxidants, it helps neutralize the free radicals that damage DNA and collagen, the very fabric that keeps your skin firm and smooth. Or consider leafy greens like spinach and kale, loaded with phytonutrients that support detoxification, reduce inflammation, and literally improve the way your mitochondria, your energy factories, function. Even something as simple as adding walnuts or flax seeds into your day delivers omega-3 fatty acids that fight inflammation and protect brain health. Now, I want you to pause and think about something. Every time you sit down to eat, you're not just filling your stomach, you're having a conversation with your genes. What you choose tells your body, turn on repair mode or turn on destruction mode. That's how powerful food really is. This is why some cultures, despite lacking access to fancy cosmetics or high-end supplements, maintain vitality well into old age. Their diets are centered on whole, unprocessed, anti-inflammatory foods, and it shows in the elasticity of their skin, the brightness of their eyes, and the clarity of their minds. It's not about deprivation or making food the enemy. It's about reclaiming food as a tool for renewal. Instead of asking, what will this do to my waistline? Start asking, what will this do for my cells? That small shift in perspective can change everything. Suddenly, a salad isn't just lettuce and dressing. It's medicine for your arteries. A handful of almonds isn't just a snack. It's collagen protection. A cup of green tea isn't just warm comfort. It's a daily infusion of youth, preserving catchins. And let's not ignore the psychological side of this. When you nourish your body with care, you also nourish your sense of self-worth. There's something deeply affirming about choosing foods that say, I value myself enough to protect my future. That mindset is as anti-aging as any nutrient you can consume, because stress, guilt, and neglect ages just as much as junk food does. Food, in this way, becomes a daily ritual of self-respect, a tangible reminder that your health is worth preserving. I'm not suggesting perfection. Life is meant to be enjoyed, and indulgences have their place. But youthfulness isn't lost overnight. It slips away through repeated choices that add up over time. And the beauty of this is that you can reverse the tide in the same way. Small, consistent adjustments, adding more colorful vegetables, replacing sugary drinks with water or tea, choosing grilled instead of fried, compound into results that make you look and feel a decade younger. So if you really want to turn back the clock, don't just scan the skincare aisle. Start by scanning your plate, because the path to a younger you isn't paved with quick fixes or miracle products. It's built through daily nourishment that heals and strengthens from the inside out. And I'll leave you with this thought: every meal you eat is an opportunity to age faster or age slower. The choice is yours. What you put on your fork today is shaping not just how you look tomorrow, but how vibrant and alive you will feel in the years to come. Choose wisely, because youth isn't lost, it's built one bite at a time. If food is the foundation of looking and feeling younger, then movement is the energy that animates that foundation. You can nourish your body with the most vibrant foods on the planet, but if you spend your days sitting, slouched over screens, or confined to a chair. You're signaling to your body that you no longer need vitality, and your body listens. Muscles shrink, bones weaken, circulation slows, and the glow of youth dims. Movement, in its simplest form, is the language your body understands best, and it responds with strength, flexibility, and resilience when you speak it daily. We often think of exercise as punishment, as something we have to do to burn off calories. That mindset has robbed movement of its true meaning. Movement is not about punishment, it's about permission. It gives your body permission to thrive. When you walk briskly, dance, stretch, or lift weights, you are essentially telling your body, stay alive, stay strong, stay young. Because the truth is, the body is designed for motion, and when it doesn't get that, it begins to break down far earlier than it should. Let's go a little deeper. Aging is at its core the gradual decline of systems that keep us alive, your cardiovascular system, your musculoskeletal system, your nervous system. But movement acts as a kind of signal flare to all of these systems, waking them up, stimulating them, and keeping them tuned. Think about your heart. A sedentary lifestyle tells your heart it doesn't need to be efficient, and so it weakens. But regular movement tells your heart, I need you to pump strong, to push blood to every cell, to deliver oxygen and nutrients. And it obeys, growing more powerful, more resilient, less prone to disease. The same principle applies to your brain. One of the most fascinating discoveries of recent years is how exercise directly fuels neuroplasticity, the ability of the brain to form new connections. Moving your body literally keeps your mind younger. That's why people who make movement a daily habit often look sharper, not just in appearance, but in mental clarity. They walk into a room with energy, they process information more quickly, and their mood is steadier. Movement is medicine for the body, yes, but it's also medicine for the mind. Now let's talk about something we often overlook: posture and flexibility. The way you carry yourself adds or subtracts years from your appearance instantly. A hunched back, stiff joints, and slow, heavy movements signal aging, even if your face is wrinkle-free. But when you incorporate stretching, yoga, tai chi, or even simple morning stretches into your daily rhythm, you restore suppleness to your muscles and joints. You stand taller, you move with lightness, you project youth. In fact, many people who commit to just 10 minutes of stretching and movement daily are astonished by how much younger and more vibrant they feel, not because their bodies have changed dramatically overnight, but because their energy and posture transform how others perceive them. The key, though, is consistency. It's not about doing something heroic once in a while. It's about weaving movement into the fabric of your life. Think less about working out and more about moving often. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park farther from the entrance. Dance while you're cooking. Walk during phone calls. These small, almost invisible acts send a powerful message to your body. I still need you to perform. And your body remarkably listens and adapts. On a deeper philosophical level, movement also reconnects us with something profoundly human. We were not designed to be still for hours on end. Our ancestors walked, climbed, bent, lifted, and stretched daily as part of survival. Today, we must choose to reclaim that birthright. When we move, we honor the natural design of our bodies. We remind ourselves that youth is not simply about skin tone or hair color. It's about vitality, the ability to engage with life fully without hesitation or limitation. And here's the beauty of it. You don't need perfection. You don't need a gym membership or expensive equipment. You need a commitment to yourself. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day can spark a cascade of changes: improved circulation, stronger muscles, better balance, sharper memory. Every bit counts. What matters is not the intensity, but the intention behind it. Each step, each stretch, each push-up is a vote you cast for a younger, more vibrant you. So, I'll leave you with this thought: your body is always listening to how you live. When you move, you are telling it to stay alive, to stay flexible, to stay young. If you want to look 10 years younger, don't just chase creams and procedures. Teach your body through daily movement that you still need its strength, its energy, and its vitality, because the fountain of youth is not hidden in a bottle. It's flowing through your veins, waiting for you to keep it moving. When we talk about looking and feeling younger, people usually jump straight to diet and exercise. But there's another piece of the puzzle that's often neglected, and it may be the most powerful of them all. That's sleep and the way we manage stress. Think about it. You can eat the cleanest diet, move every day, and still, if you are chronically exhausted or weighed down by stress, your body shows it. Your face looks tired, your skin loses its glow, your posture slumps, and your mind feels scattered. Nothing ages us faster, both inside and out, than poor sleep and unmanaged stress. Sleep is not just rest, it is repair. It's when your body does its deepest maintenance work. While you sleep, your brain cleans out toxins, your cells repair damage from the day, and your hormones reset to prepare you for tomorrow. Miss that process night after night, and the toll is visible. Dark circles, sagging skin, irritability, foggy thinking. But it's not just appearance. Lack of sleep literally accelerates aging at the cellular level. Your telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of your DNA strands, shorten faster without adequate rest. Shorter telomeres mean faster aging. That's why someone who consistently skips sleep can look years older, even in their 30s or 40s. And stress. Stress is like a silent thief. It steals youth in ways that are both subtle and devastating. When you're under constant pressure, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone. A little cortisol in short bursts is normal, even helpful. But chronic stress keeps those levels elevated. Over time, that breaks down collagen in the skin, leading to wrinkles. It stiffens your arteries, raises your blood pressure, and burdens your heart. It disturbs your digestion, your memory, even your immune system. Stress makes you older, faster, because it keeps your body in survival mode instead of repair mode. Now here's the truth we often overlook: sleep and stress are deeply connected. Poor sleep makes you more vulnerable to stress, and high stress makes it harder to sleep. It's a vicious cycle, and breaking it requires intention. If you want to look 10 years younger, one of the most powerful daily habits you can commit to is protecting your sleep and managing your stress with the same seriousness you give to food and exercise. So, how do we do that in real life? First, treat sleep as sacred, not optional. Make your bedroom a sanctuary. Cool, dark, quiet. This signals your brain that it's safe to relax. Turn off screens at least an hour before bed, because the blue light tells your brain it's still daytime. Build a bedtime ritual, stretch, read something calming, practice gratitude. These simple steps tell your body it's time to power down. And when you wake, instead of rushing immediately into stress, take a few minutes for light, movement, or sunlight. That morning rhythm helps reset your internal clock. For stress, think of it less as something you have to eliminate and more as something you learn to metabolize. You cannot live without stress. Life is full of demands, but you can teach your body and mind to process it better. Deep breathing, meditation, journaling, prayer, walking outdoors, these are not luxuries, they are survival skills. Even a few minutes a day creates a profound shift. You move your nervous system from fight or flight into rest and repair. That's where your body restores itself. That's where youth is preserved. Philosophically, stress management is also about perspective. Much of what ages us is not what happens to us, but how we interpret what happens to us. Two people can face the same challenge. One becomes hardened and bitter. The other becomes resilient and wise. The difference is not in the stress itself, but in the story they tell themselves about it. When you begin to see stress as a teacher rather than an enemy, it no longer robs you of life force, it refines you. That mindset shift alone can make you look and feel years younger, because your body is no longer in constant battle with itself. Sleep and stress management together create a multiplier effect. When you sleep deeply, you can handle stress better. When you handle stress better, you sleep more deeply. This cycle, repeated daily, is the foundation of lasting youthfulness. It fuels your energy, brightens your skin, sharpens your mind, and softens your emotional edges. People who prioritize these habits don't just appear younger, they radiate something deeper, something harder to define, but instantly recognizable: peace. And here's the part I want you to carry with you: youth is not simply the absence of wrinkles, it is the presence of renewal. Every night you sleep, every time you pause to breathe, every moment you choose peace over panic, you are choosing renewal. You are reminding your body that it is safe to heal, safe to restore, safe to remain vibrant. That is what truly makes you look and feel younger. So tonight, when you put your head on the pillow, remember this: the way you sleep and the way you carry your stress are choices that write themselves across your face, your body, and your spirit. Choose wisely, because nothing you do will turn back the clock faster than learning to rest and to release. When we think about looking and feeling younger, our minds often go to creams, diets, or workouts. But let me tell you something that science is beginning to confirm more powerfully than ever. The quality of your emotional and social connections may be one of the greatest anti-aging tools you have. It's not just about the skin or the muscles, it's about the way your nervous system, your hormones, and even your immune cells respond when you feel supported, valued, and connected to others. Loneliness is not just an emotion. It is a biological stressor that accelerates aging. And connection is not just pleasant. It is a literal medicine that restores youth. If you've ever noticed how someone who's deeply loved seems to glow, you've witnessed this truth in action. Love, whether it comes from a partner, a child, a friend, or even a close-knit community, changes the chemistry of the body. It reduces stress hormones like cortisol and raises oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. Oxytocin is not just about affection, it reduces inflammation, lowers blood pressure, and promotes healing. In a very real way, your body is younger when it feels safe in connection. Contrast that with isolation. Prolonged loneliness has been linked to everything from heart disease to dementia. Studies have shown that being socially disconnected can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Think about that for a moment. The absence of connection is as dangerous as filling your lungs with toxins every single day. And yet many people accept loneliness as a normal part of modern life. They scroll through social media for hours, mistaking digital likes for true intimacy. But the body is not fooled. Your biology knows the difference between surface-level contact and soul-level connection. One of the reasons social bonds are so powerful is that they create meaning. And meaning, more than money or status or even health metrics, is what gives people vitality. When you wake up in the morning with a reason to show up for others, your body finds an extra well of strength. Your posture changes, your voice carries differently, and your face reflects it. This is why people who stay connected, who join communities, nurture friendships, share meals, tend to live longer and look younger. It isn't just the absence of disease. It's the presence of life force transmitted through connection. And there's a philosophical dimension to this. Aging is not just a physical process, it's also the accumulation of stories, of experiences. When you share your life with others, those experiences are woven into a fabric of belonging. When you hold them alone, the weight can become too heavy. Sharing lightens the load. It keeps your spirit supple, your mind open, your heart resilient. Youthfulness is not about having fewer years, it's about retaining the capacity for joy, wonder, and love. And those qualities thrive in connection. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, but I don't have a big circle. I don't have the kind of relationships I wish I did. And here's the good news: connection doesn't have to mean dozens of friends or constant social events. Sometimes one or two genuine, nourishing relationships can transform your health more than any supplement ever could. Even acts of kindness towards strangers can shift your chemistry. A smile exchanged, a sincere word offered, a hand extended. These are microdoses of youth delivered through the medicine of connection. If you want to look 10 years younger, start asking yourself not just, what am I eating? How am I moving? Am I sleeping well? But also, who am I connecting with? Who makes me laugh? Who makes me feel seen? Who do I show up for? And who shows up for me? Because no amount of kale or collagen can replace the vitality that comes from a shared laugh, a warm embrace, or a deep conversation. I encourage you to be intentional about this. Schedule time for friends and family the way you would schedule a doctor's appointment. Share meals together, because eating in company not only nourishes the body, but also the spirit. Join groups that align with your passions, whether that's volunteering, faith-based communities, or hobby circles. Invest in the people who make you feel alive and release the ones who drain you. Connection should be nourishing, not depleting. Science and philosophy converge on this point. To be human is to be in relationship. To age well is to deepen those bonds, not retreat from them. Looking younger is not about escaping time. It's about living so fully that time cannot diminish your spirit. So when you think about turning back the clock, don't just reach for a cream or a pill. Reach for a hand. Call someone you love. Share your time, your energy, your laughter. Because the truth is, the fountain of youth is not hidden in a lab or a bottle. It's flowing in the space between you and the people who matter most. And I'll leave you with this. Wrinkles may come with age, but isolation etches them deeper. Connection, on the other hand, softens them, not just on your face, but on your soul. So if you want to look and feel 10 years younger, don't just live longer, live connected.